everyone, it's Mrs.zeoxin here, back with another Sims 4 YouTube video. So, today we're doing a speed build. I was really in the mood to build like a quaint, cozy, cottage, small, rustic kind of home. And I ended up finding this picture that I'll leave in the corner of the screen while I am doing the outside of the home as my inspiration, because I wanted to try to build something, but I wasn't quite sure, and then I found this picture, and I was like, yes. So the outside is meant to look like that, but there's no floor plan or anything for the inside, so that's just my kind of creative liberty. I think it turned out really cute, as you'll see. Right now I'm just trying to do the roof, which was honestly kind of a mess. It took a really long time, a lot of fiddling around. Honestly, I probably could have made it 2 stories and that would have helped with the roof a lot better, but I kind of just wanted it to be 1 story because I wanted it to be a quaint cottage. And the website, which I'll put down below, that I found the house in, said that this is more of like a travel home for like getaways, and so it really is just kind of what I was going for, is this cozy cottage. And yeah, so I definitely had a little hard times with the roof and placing windows on that second floor, but not really. But yeah, so as you can see right now, I'm just trying to do the outside of the cottage. I went with this white paneling because that's what it had, and I liked the plain white paneling, and it's very simplistic, but it's very cute, very rustic. One complaint I'll have, and you'll see when I get to the terrain paint, but I wish I could have made a longer pathway, but I wanted there to be things behind the house and on the side of the house, so there's no way to really do that, so it looks kind of weird, but I still like it. I think it turned out really cute. Right now I'm just adding windows and doors and trying to figure out the right placement and the right kind of windows I should be using. It was a little bit of a challenge, I'm not gonna lie, to try to figure out what to use, especially with this top window up there on the roof. That was probably one of the most difficult things, was trying to figure out what kind of window to place there that wouldn't be too high and that I'd be able to place it, and definitely had a lot of issues, which resulted in me fiddling with the roof a lot. Yeah, the roof was just really a struggle, but you know, that's pretty common in Sims builds for roofs to be very difficult and not want to help at all, so you know, nothing new there. But yeah, you can see I'm trying to like adjust things, just trying to make it so I can do it and figure out all my problems, and it's just it's a lot. But I eventually did figure it out. You just gotta give me a second, because it really, I just, and I keep in the full speed build so that you can literally see everything I'm doing. Like right then I'm trying to figure out, I'm doing some stuff on my phone trying to figure out what I should do here, but yeah, I leave it very raw because I want you guys to see my whole process, the struggles, everything I went through, because yeah, sometimes it really is hard, and you know, some people who build a lot make it look so easy, and I know I'm pretty new to building in The Sims, so I just like to show that, you know, it's not always as straightforward and easy as it can look. Like, I know sometimes when people are just plowing through their speed build and you're like, holy cow, how did they do that? You know, so I just like to kind of show my whole process, and right here is literally me googling stuff because I am very confused and very lost, hence the pause screen. Oh my goodness. But I really, I tried. I don't know what really got me in the mood to building this. I had already had to build 2 houses for my legacy challenge, so I guess because of that, I was just really in the mood for making a really small, cutesy house that's just, different from what I was doing here. Right now I'm trying to test to make sure you can even put windows there, and you can, which I already knew, but I was doubting myself because of not being able to do it. So I'm like, alright, fine. So I eventually put on bb.moveObjects, and that seemed to help. I tried resizing, but whenever you resize them, it has these awkward gaps, and I was like, well, that's not gonna work. So I didn't do that, but I was just, again, just trying to figure out what kind of works for the style. I was also trying to find a window that I liked for the top one that kind of matched what this house had, but that was also interesting and cute and looked nice, and it it was a whole thing. It really was. But we ended up getting there in the end. You'll see, it ends up looking quite nice. Put a little window on the top because there is one in the photo, although it might be a little hard to see. There is one there, I promise. Again, just meddling with the windows a lot because I really wanted it to look really, really nice. Luckily, we did recently get that Windows update for The Sims 4, which means I can meddle with the windows a lot more than I usually could and get it to be just perfect, so that was really great. This is another thing I really struggled with, is trying to get, as you can see, there's a covered patio, and it was really hard for me to get the roof for the patio so it could be a covered patio but not look completely ridiculous. And I'm not gonna lie, this was a struggle. It was really hard to do, but I tried. I think I made it work to the best of my abilities. It was kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It just, sometimes if things happen and it's difficult to make something, and that was definitely the case for this roof. This roof really was my Achilles heel. Building is my Achilles heel in The Sims. I'm just, I struggle with it, but you know what? I'm okay with being open and honest about the fact that building is not my forte, because you know what? Not all of us can be builders, but we can try, and practice makes perfect? ? Hopefully. That's what I'm gonna hope for. I'm gonna say that it does, and that, with practice I will get better as I kind of learn the ropes and figure everything out. But for now, this is what it is, and there's not much I can really do. See, I meddle with that, and eventually I think this is the roof I end up going with, which, is it perfect? No, but hey, I'm trying. And another thing is I'm trying to recreate the layout of this house that I see in the photo, which anytime you recreate houses in real life in The Sims, it's always going to look a little off. Like, that's just how it works, because real life is not The Sims. I know, shocking. But no, seriously, it's not. They are different, and there's some things you can't do. Like the fact that I could not lower those pillars any lower than how they came was really frustrating, because I wanted them more forward. But I digress, sometimes things just don't work out the way you wanted them to. But that's okay, it all works out in the end. So I think that is almost done with the outside of the house for now. I think I end up furnishing the outside a little, and then I work on the inside, and then I come back to the outside. Again, I don't really have a whole way to do the house. Whenever I build, I just kind of do whatever I feel like, whatever thoughts or ideas come to me first. So in this case, I'm putting down windows, but then I end up having to change them later, because anytime you put windows on the outside of the house first, you always have to change them, which is why windows never look good from the outside of the house. But you need to make them make sense on the inside, and if window is like behind a fireplace, that doesn't make sense. So you really do have to kind of play it by ear, figure it out, make it work. Process of elimination, just really working through that. But hey, I tried. I was playing with some different roof colors because it has kind of a warm tone to the roof, and I wanted to keep that tone. But the first one that I tried was too orange, so then I ended up going with this warm brown, which I feel like matches the vibe a lot better. Now I'm just trying to find some stairs or steps, really. They're not really stairs. But for the thing, and then I was like, oh, that's only 2. I think I need to lift it up. So then we gave it 3. Got a little bit thicker of a foundation, not quite a huge foundation, but bigger. And I just try to find some cute foundation patterns for it, and again, working on those windows, trying to make something kind of cute and make sense and look nice from the outside, which later I end up having to change, because really you can't predict how things are gonna work. So sometimes just because it looks nice on the outside, sometimes logistically you just gotta change it. So now I'm coming up with the floor plan, which was a little difficult because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. At first I was like, oh yeah, we'll have this master bedroom and then this bathroom right here, but then I was like, well, that doesn't really make sense, because then you'd have to always walk through the master bedroom to get to the bathroom, and I didn't want that. I wanted you to be able to come in through the master bedroom or through just the bathroom. Because if you did have guests over, I thought it was like a romantic couples getaway when I was designing it. Like, this is a young couples or older couple, any couples, like getaway home from when it's just the two of them, to have some like romantic time alone together in nature, and just be beautiful and cute. But I mean, sometimes you have guests over, or if they wanted to loan it to somebody, if you ever had anyone other than just you two over, you wouldn't want people having to go through your bedroom every time they had to go to the bathroom. So I decided that it just didn't make sense. Then I was having some trouble with these cabinets because of how the tiles were. It just wasn't working. So it took me a while to figure out how to get the cabinets to auto place, so that it made the right corner piece, and I did figure it out. It didn't take too long, just a little adjusting. I ended up putting the fridge there, which I didn't really like having to put the fridge there, but I wanted a lot of counter space, and so it's what had to happen. And sometimes, that's, you gotta do what you gotta do, and in this case, that's what I had to do. So you got the little kitchen area, though. It's very cute. It's more of a kitchenette, really. It's very small, very quaint, very cozy, and that's just kind of the vibe I want. It's just this soft, warm, cozy vacation house. I thought about putting a TV in, but I couldn't get it to work right, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want a TV. Maybe it's for the best that I don't put it in, because I don't want to work. I know you can do the cheat to get it up on top, but I was like, you know what? No. This is going to be a nice summer getaway, kind of free from electronics and the modern world, just a true getaway from everything, so that you and your partner can truly just have this time alone together. And that's what I wanted, just a really cozy romantic spot for just the two of you. And that was my idea in building it. While I was building it, I like these subtle blue tones, so I kind of keep this blue, white, and dark brown color palette throughout the whole house, and it's all based because I have the blue and white windows. And so I was like, you know what, I really like this vibe, and so I really try to keep these like cool tones and whites and blues and dark browns throughout the whole house, because I really liked that color palette, and it was really working for me. So I was like, you know what, sure, let's just go all in. And I just tried designing it. I thought about trying to get this so that it would meet and it would be like a corner piece to the deck, but it wasn't working. I don't actually know how to do that. I had the idea, it didn't work, so I scrapped that. Then I was putting this wood flooring in that house. I really like it because it looks like real wood that you'd have, and I really like that wood texture. I like thick, dark wood textures in real life. My boyfriend's house, they redid all the floors in their house. That's the kind of floor they put down, and I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. And so that's the kind of what I wanted in this little quaint, cozy cottage, because I was like, you know what? That's the vibe. That's the vibe I'm going for. So that's what I put. I really hate that the fridge is there, but I really just could not think of a better place to do it, and I wanted it to stay small, and I didn't want to ruin the outside aesthetic, so I was just like, you know what? It's gonna have to do. Now I'm just trying to decorate and make it look nice and lived in and like cute and nice clutter, but not overly cluttered. It's a whole thing. And I was like, oh wow, it's really dark in here, so I decided to put some lights in because I forgot to do that, which usually I'm pretty good at remembering, but I guess not this time. I was just so excited to decorate, and I got really wrapped up in the whole idea of this little cottage. Like, it just, I don't know, it made me really happy. It's very romantic, and so I liked it a lot. I think if I had to change one thing looking back at this build, it would probably be the bathroom. When I was taking photos that you'll see at the end, the bathroom just kind of looks kind of dull and kind of almost like a prison cell, which I don't like. And it's not like you can really tell in this version, but when I was in the cinematic mode to take the photos, I noticed that, and it made me kind of sad. So I think if I had to change anything, I'd probably change the bathroom, because honestly it looked really bad in cinematic mode, and I was like, ugh, that's not great. So maybe I'll change it in the future, but as of right now, that's how it is, and I feel very sorry about that. But it is cute, and I did like this whole color scheme and how it looks. I think it's very, very cute. And I know I'm saying a lot of the same words, but it's just, I like it a lot. And I don't like my builds very often. Like, sometimes I'll really be proud of it, and then other times I'm like, ugh. Well, at least we did it. But this time I think I actually did a pretty good job, and feel free to correct me down below. And always I'm glad for you to leave comments critiquing me, constructive criticism. Wow. Sorry. Whenever I mess up a word, I just kind of like start over. And so I feel like if you do like blah blah blah, or like just roll your tongue a little bit, it helps me get my head together and say the word better. I know it's weird, but that's how I've learned how to fix whenever my speech impediment comes in and I say something wrong. So, fun. So, yeah, I really like the cuteness of this house, and that it's like a cozy, romantic, technology-free space. And I like it a lot. It is a livable lot, obviously. I mean, I don't think that's up for debate, but yeah, it could definitely, I'm sure there's things I could improve on. So that's, getting back to what I was saying before, I'm always down for some constructive criticism in the comments, or just giving me tips, tricks, ideas, or if you just want to pay me a compliment. I am a new builder. I would not mind a little self-esteem boost every now and again, but in reality, if this is something you're good at, I would love to have tips, tricks, suggestions, critiques. Like, obviously, I'd prefer it if you're not mean about it, but I got some pretty thick skin, so I'm sure it won't bother me. I'm new. So I'm new to the building aspect of The Sims. I've been playing The Sims for probably like 4 years now, and I play the game a lot. I'm really good at in-game stuff. I love Cass, absolutely adore Cass. I love playing the game, but building is something I've only recently gotten into because I was recently inspired within this last year to try to get better at it, because I really wanted to build. And it was all because I think of the Tiny Living stuff pack that came out, and that just inspired me to want to build and build and build and build and build and build, because before I had always just built these really boxy rectangles that were huge and had all this space but just weren't practical, and it was basically making motherload until I had like millions of simoleons to build this gigantic house that nobody really needs. And so I really wanted to try to, after Tiny Living came out, it inspired me to want to try and do more realistic homes, make it more cozy and small and look nice and be more realistic. And so now that's what I'm trying to do. So if you have anything to help me with it, I would greatly appreciate it. I watch videos and stuff, but it is, something that you have to learn for yourself, and it can be kind of difficult. So I am never too much on my high horse to say that my things are perfect. Nothing's perfect. My gameplay will never be perfect. My Sims will never be perfect, and my builds will never be perfect. So constructive criticism is great. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But yeah, so, but it is cute. Another fun thing I realized when I was doing this build is I had never realized the Starry Night bed thing was a thing. And I figured out, because when I put it down, I was like, holy cow, how did I never realize that? I love Starry Night. I have a Starry Night Doctor Who shirt, the one that they have in the Van Gogh episode, if you're a Doctor Who fan. But I have that on a shirt. My bed sheets that I have in my dorm are constellations. I love stars. I love constellations. I love the Starry Night painting. Really anything by Van Gogh. Or Van Gogh? I know there's a better way to say his name, but I just say Van Gogh. But yeah, I love his art, but especially Starry Night. I know it's basic, but I love. It's a beautiful painting, so I'm not going to apologize for liking a classic, beautiful invention of art. It's a beautiful, beautiful painting, and I love it a lot. But I didn't know it was in this game, but it's because you have to be on level 10 of the paint or artist career or something like that. I think it's the artist career to get it in game, and I was like, holy cow. So that's why I had never seen it, because I've never played around. Like, I played around a little bit with the artist career in one of my games that I played, but I never got that high up into the career, and so I never knew it was here, and it was really cool getting to see it. some things that I just never see people use, and then I find it when I'm trying to do these builds and or cast things, and I'm like, how have I never seen anyone use it? That's crazy. But yeah, so that was a cool find. If you didn't know that was in The Sims, I didn't either, and apparently it's here. I think it's base game. I could be wrong. I would definitely have to recheck that, so don't quote me on it. But I think it's base game, which means anyone can use it, and I think it's really cute. I mean, if that's not your style, it's not your style. I don't blame you, but I absolutely love it. I think it's very, very cute. And I like to put a lot of artwork up in my Sims houses, so as you can see, there's a lot of art. Like, there's some of the master bedroom walls, there's some in the living room, there's some in the kitchen. It's because The Sims has a lot of really cute artwork in it, and I love, love, love to put it up. Another cool thing is I ended up putting an easel on this front porch, which you're about to see pretty soon. And I put an easel on there, so if you wanted to play this lot, it is on the gallery, and you can download it, and if your Sim paints, you could actually put their paintings up around the house instead of all the generic paintings if you wanted. That's also an option, and I would not be upset about that. Oh my gosh, also, while I'm thinking about it, you see that little umbrella bucket thing by the front door that I put down? I put that down in a lot of my builds, but not all of my builds. And recently, I found out that that's how you give your Sims umbrellas, which I know some of you may be like, duh, Mrs. Zeo, obviously that's where you get umbrellas. How else would your Sim get them? Duh, I've always known that. But I did not know that. I only found that out yesterday as of recording this. So, yeah, I feel kind of stupid because I never realized that that was the case. But you know what? Hey, we all learn things at our own pace. And I guess I had just never really thought about it. I was just like, oh, yep, my Sim, there she is, getting soaking wet. And I guess there's nothing I can do about it because I can't buy an umbrella online. It's the umbrella rack or bucket or whatever they're called. The umbrella bin. That's how you get it. So if you didn't know, now you know. Because I didn't know, and I felt like an idiot when I found out. So, hey, there's some other people like me who just, I guess, I don't even know, who didn't recognize or know that that was the thing. Now you do know. I don't know. Wow, I'm saying that word way too much. But seriously, that's a cool fact. So I'm putting some magnolia trees down there, which in The Sims they don't look that good, but magnolia trees are actually my favorite kind of tree in real life. Like, I absolutely adore magnolia trees. I also put a maple tree down and a few evergreens, but I adore magnolia trees. Although one thing I will say is in The Sims, you'll see it in the photos I take, but some of the plants are dead, which is dumb because it's spring, so they shouldn't be dead. But the magnolia trees are dead, and people may not know this, but magnolia trees are actually evergreens. The flowers aren't blooming all year, and they do lose their leaves, just like pine trees lose their leaves. But their leaves are green year-round. They are, but for some reason they're dead in spring, which is also dumb. I don't know why the flowers and trees are dead in spring. That doesn't make any sense to me. But even with that, even if it was winter, the magnolia trees are evergreens, so they should always have green leaves. I know the Sims team are not a bunch of botanists, but I feel like, as somebody who's in biology, or just as somebody that is my favorite kind of tree, hello, dear Sims 4 team, I know you're never going to see this, but if you do, magnolia trees are green year-round, so you should fix it in the game so that they are green. They don't have to have flowers year-round, but they should be green year-round, because that is more accurate to what is real in real life. I mean, it's true, and I love magnolia trees so much. They're so, 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 so beautiful, and their flowers are beautiful. They smell like lemon and vanilla and honey, and it's such a pretty scent, and they're such beautiful trees, and they release these really pretty berries. They're just really cool trees. I don't think you can eat the berries, though, but they're really cool trees. Absolutely adore them, so I will defend them. They should be green year-round, just like the pine trees and evergreens that are in The Sims. So this is a cool thing I had never done before, but I shrunk down a whole bunch of these boulders to make kind of like a pebble pathway, kind of like that was in the image before, if you noticed that. And it is kind of small because, again, there wasn't a lot of room for me to do this, but I still wanted to give it a backyard and an openness to it. So if I could have done this more further out, I would have, but I couldn't. But yeah, size down boulders. I think I went 3 sizes down from the normal size boulder, and you get these tiny little pebble sizes that are really cute for like this. And I'm like, wow. I thought it was a really great idea when I did it. I think it looks kind of cute. Maybe it's not the most professional, and maybe it's not necessary, but I still like it a lot. I think it's very cute, very fun, and I don't see a lot of people do that either, so I don't know. I thought it was a good idea. Now I'm adding them a little dining table outside because there's technically no dining space inside. But that's because there wasn't space. They can technically eat on the couch, but I decided to give them a little dining area and a little like small grill outside. Trying to put the grill in a place that wouldn't catch fire in real life, but yeah, I put a little bird bath down, some last finishing touches, but you know, that's basically how the majority of this goes. I try to find some fountains, but I end up going with one of the pretty basic fountains, but you know, I like the fountains and a little thing so you can look at the forest and the trees and the fountains, and it's so pretty. And I like it a lot. And then I just do a little more terrain paint. This is me trying to find the swatch that I did at the beginning of the house because I couldn't remember which one I had done. Yeah. Gotta love having the memory of a goldfish. But there we go. Putting down that little bit of terrain paint. And I think that I am starting to finish up in the video, I believe. Yes. Maybe. I think I have to do a little more terrain paint and just adjusting it, which again, I am not a professional. I by no means have any clue what I'm doing. Then we're just picking out some lot traits. I try to pick some that are cute, although again, looking back on it, I think I might give it the flirty one, but my idea was that you would already bring somebody up here who you were already in a relationship with, but I don't know. And lot traits are changeable. Also, I didn't name the lots, so I'm gonna have to go back and do that too. Wow, your girl has such a great memory. But in reality, I'm going to show you guys the photos. I really hope you like this build. I hope to see you guys in the next video. So if you liked this one, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. And without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!